Alright, welcome back. So, in this episode, we're going to be doing the Cistern. So, I believe this is the fourth level. Yeah, I think this is the fourth level in Greece. Greece is definitely the longest of all the areas in the game. There's four areas, and each one, there's 15 levels technically. Each area is divided up um in a certain number of parts. I believe Peru was 4, and then Greece is 5, and then the last two areas I believe are 3 each. But they're also the hardest areas of the game. Alright. So now that we're done with that little opening area, this is the Cistern. This is... You're primarily going to be coming back to this room a lot in this particular level. This is sort of your central hub, I guess. There's nothing down there right now. I believe it'll show up once we start climbing on that ledge right there. And I believe there's rats. Yeah, there. They're no threat. You can easily take them out. They're just there if you happen to fall and don't die. They'll attack and annoy you. You know, the usual things that enemies do in this game. This room is a little too large for the PS1 because it's causing a lot of lag. Well, technically I'm playing this on the PS2, but it's a PS1 game, so... So we're not going up there. There's nothing over there that we really need. That's how you get back to the start. So what we're actually going to be doing is we're going to be going into that room in front of the save crystal. Now, you could definitely do this a lot faster than I could. Or I do. Specifically if you played the game before and are, a much more experienced player at it than I am. I tend to take my time with a lot of this stuff because I would rather do it once than do it incorrectly and then have to either take damage or waste time. Alright, so when you come in here, this guy will show up. The best sort of method to deal with him is to use your roll to like go behind him and use that to your advantage because he has to take some time to turn around. Kind of like you, although he doesn't know how to roll. So I'm not sure what these blocks are supposed to represent. If they're supposed to represent, like, large pipes or something, which not sure how that makes any sense since this is supposed to be ancient Greece. I didn't really think they had pipes at this point in history. I mean, I could be wrong, obviously, but I don't recall that being a thing. So I'm trying to figure out, like, where the secret is, because I know there is a secret in this area. Eventually I remember that to our right here, it's a little obscured. But right up here, there's a little secret. Well, a couple little secrets, actually. It's a little hard to see because of the, how dark it is. But, I mean, that's kind of the point. Makes it harder to find the secret. There is some shotgun shells, and then on the other side there, you'll have to slide down here and jump. You might be able to just make that with a well-timed jump, where you don't have to use the grab to get up there, but it's whatever. Alright. So there are some items up there that I kind of forget about in between. We'll be back for them, obviously. Now, it's the only sort of annoying thing with water is when there's enemies in the water, you have to kind of wait for them, which takes a lot of time. If you don't kill them, then you end up with what's happening right here, where we're getting nibbled for no reason. Alright. Dive, dive, dive. That's the only downside to being surfaced. Your mobility is greatly reduced. Good job, Laura. No, I won't blame Laura for my bad gaming. A key. We're going to be getting quite a few keys in this level. Actually, I think this might be one of the level with the most keys. Maybe the one, well, specifically keys, not like a different item that essentially acts as a key. Because there are a few levels where you have certain items that are essentially keys that you need. You need them to progress. Now, I don't think there was anything up on that ledge over there. I didn't really check, but I don't recall there being anything. Or at least any mention of anything. Alright. I probably could cut out these little saves. I don't know. Getting a nice, good visual of Laura's polygons. I mean, I haven't really talked about it in this playthrough at all, but, like, Laura was, and I mean, less to an extent nowadays, but she was kind of a sex symbol back then. when this game first came out, like, I mean, you just didn't really have a whole lot of, at that point in history, there still weren't a whole lot of female gamers, especially ones that were very obviously feminine looking characters. Because obviously you have Samus from Metroid, but I mean, she was always in her suit unless he died or, beat the game in a fast time, which, But, I mean, and I'm sure there are other ones. Like, the only other person that's coming to mind is, like, Chun-Li, and obviously she's badass, too. But this was the first time it was in 3D, right? Because that's clearly all that women are good for, right? Is their bodies, of course. And I'm clearly joking. This is sarcasm, because obviously that is not true. And if you think that, then get the hell out of here. Anyways. But yeah, I think she was like the first video game character on like a very popular British magazine because of her, like, notoriety. Alright. So here's the second key. I don't even know how we got on that topic. Because I was just talking about keys. Oh, yeah, never mind. I remember now. It was more than 5 seconds ago. You gotta forgive me on that. Alright. So now that we have 2 keys, we can actually open both of those doors. But you don't want to open the one on the right now. Save that for later. One that we do want to open, though, is this one. The one on the left is the one that you want. Alright. So I draw the shotgun because I kind of want to take these things out a little faster. Because you don't have a whole lot of jumping space. You can take out any enemy in this game with the pistols. It's definitely possible. But especially the later on you go in the game, the harder the enemies get and the more hits it takes to get them down. Alright, so yeah, when you grab onto that second ledge, this guy will show back up. He's not quite dead. At least I don't think he is. So, now that he's dealt with, now we can do this for real. So, never mind. I thought I hit jump, but apparently I did not. Now, I'm not sure if that gets improved in later editions of the game, where, like, maybe it's just my controller or something, but it always feels like um, there's a bit of lag. Obviously, there is some lag by design in how Laura jumps, but I feel like it happens more often than not. Alright, so take one step from the edge and do a side jump, and you should make it. I've also seen people do, like, the swan dive, and that works as well. I feel like you should be able to just fall down from the ledge above. But all the sources that I've seen have said to just jump. So I don't know if you can actually make that. If someone knows, cares to share, then by all means. But yeah, that Pierre Dupont's starting to get on my nerves. Keeps showing up and shooting me. Like, I know that he's supposed to be... He's hired by Natla as well. But I'm not sure if he's like us, where he knows... Like, he doesn't really know what her plan is, I guess. Or what, like, why he's here. Alright, so... This room has quite a few crocs in it. I think you can probably kill 2 of them from up here, although it's probably a little easier farther down. Because they do... The enemies do like to hide underneath wherever you're at, if they can. I do want to kill at least one of them to make it a little easier. I think the second one will show up once we fall down here. So just run and jump up to... this little platform with the save crystal if you're playing PS1 or Saturn versions. This is where the camera gets really annoying when you're in these sort of tight spaces. I believe it's still alive. Or at least there's another one right here. Thankfully it didn't get the munch on me. So that one will trigger once you go near that spot. Get used to that, because the game really likes to spawn enemies at... Sorry. When you get close to certain spots. Like that. Alright. That's one that I kind of forgot about. Thankfully they're rats, so they don't do nearly as much damage as, say, a croc or big cat enemy. Or wolf or anything. Anything with, large teeth. Although those rats are ginormous. Okay, now that all of that is taken care of. So this took me once or twice to do, because when you're dealing with high platforms like this, fall damage tends to happen. All you need to do is take a standing jump. You don't need to do a running jump with this platform. This one, though, you definitely need to do a running jump with a grab. Make sure to line yourself up correctly. Misaligned jumps tend to lead to bad results. I think the camera got pushed by the platform above us. That's why it kind of zoomed in for a second. Okay. Do not go running into this, because there's a spike trap. Get used to that type of stuff as well, because developers once you get to the next area, the developers really, really want you to die. Darn rat. I should barely hear it, but I can hear the rats kind of moving around. I believe there's also a crocodile down in that water, because of course there is. Alright. So our goal is that switch over there. I'm just making sure that there's nothing I'm missing in this room. Make sure this isn't the switch that raises all the water. Probably a faster way down. I mean, obviously, if you want to just, fall, you can. If you really want to take fall damage, you're more than welcome to. That's the thing, though. I tend to value health more than anything in this game. Because I'd rather have all of my med packs for as late in the game as possible, because I'd rather make sure that I have them for the harder parts of the game than wasting health on this guy. That's a jump scare right there. You could probably just ignore this guy and jump into the water. You'd probably take far less damage than I'm doing. So yeah, that's the sort of method to deal with him. well, that last part at least. Rolling around him is how you avoid taking too much damage. Because when you roll past him, he has to take some time to turn around, usually. He's sort of like you, in a way. He has to take time to turn around, just like you would. Except, you have the roll, which, essentially does that for you. Alright, so I ended up not killing this thing, so he's probably swimming around right now. But this is a slightly easier spot to kill him. There's two of them. Alright, that guy doesn't really have much space to go. Alright. I don't believe there's really anything in that room that we need. This is another little secret, some magnums, or magnum bullets, magnum rounds. Again, we got those in... Was the Coliseum? I think so. I think it was in the room with all the platforms that you had to, like, jump up and beat the door from closing. Or beat the door before it closed. And even if you missed that one, there are others in the game. I forget how many, like, where exactly you can get them all. If they'll just start showing up after a certain point with sort of Magnum rounds in each level. Or not, I don't know. Because I know when I first played this game, I did not get that secret. Because I didn't know what the trick was to getting up there quickly. Alright. So that raises the water level in the main room. Not in this room. I think that would be a little too difficult for them to do with this game, because you don't really see things like move outside of doors. Alright. So now that we've raised the water level here, we're gonna head over to this right door. This is when you want to do it. If you do it before raising the water level, you're gonna have a bad time. Because we look down, there is a spike trap down here that we can now avoid since it's in the water. I'm not sure if the spikes can still hurt you while you're underwater. I would imagine they can, but still, something you should definitely be careful of. This is where we get the gold key. And now we can head back up here. So, I believe we still need one silver key. Whoop. Now I'm starting to panic because I saw that croc. And they can follow you into these tight spaces. Might take them a few extra seconds, but Then you have these stupid-ass rats that just show up. Oop. Come on, pick up the shotgun shells. There you go, Laura. Alright. I believe that crocodile followed us in here. Solemn. He's probably hiding underneath the platform we're currently standing on, so unfortunately you gotta kind of jump between these platforms to get an open, or get a clean shot on him. I do want to kill him before doing the save crystal, that way I don't have to redo it every time. It's not like we're in any real danger here. Alright. That should be it. So we'll pick up this last little medipack and then do the save crystal. And I think we can more or less continue on. I believe this is where we get the second silver key. But we need to pull this underwater lever first. So that's the thing. You can only pull underwater levers when you're underwater. They do look different from regular levers. Okay. Now that we have both silver keys and the gold key, we can head over to this main platform that we've been able to see. I'm just checking to make sure that we didn't miss any crocodiles that randomly spawned. Okay, so this is a pretty easy one to miss. There's a block right here that actually does a good job of blending in with the rest of the blocks. Which is kind of surprising because most of the blocks look like look pretty obvious. So that's definitely an easy one to miss. But get a couple Magnum Rounds and a large medipack. We're gonna have so many medipacks for the end of the game. Alright, now that we got that, come over to here and unlock this door with one of our silver keys. Doesn't matter which.
No.
That's the gold key. And that's what Laura tells you when you select the wrong item. No. There you go. Okay. I couldn't really remember if there was anything in here that we needed to be careful of. And I remembered up there, actually, there's something that we need to be careful of. So you can see the gold keyhole up there. But before we can do that, a gorilla spawns once you get up on that platform. You can easily just take it out from over here. And then you can use your gold key that you found. Again, it's... Okay. So I forgot what I was saying because I had to pause for a second. Alright. So, don't fall down there just yet. I'd suggest going over to the other side to get a better shot. There's a couple lions down there you need to be careful of. Like, probably about half of the enemies in this game you can take out from a safe spot. Now, it's not always true, obviously. Sometimes you have to fight enemies in a certain way. But most of them, or at least half of them, you can probably take out from a safe spot. It might take you a little longer because of the sporadic nature of the enemies. Alright, so don't sit still on any of these, because some of them are traps. This one, though, actually has a little med kit in it. Okay, so the lever looks enticing, but don't pull it. It's a trap. It'll actually open that door over there, and 3 lions will come after you. Now, obviously it's not a very good trap because you can still get like onto one of these blocks and get out of the way. But still, in order to finish the level, all you need to do is go into that hole that this block was covering. But why would you do that when there's still more to explore? So there's a few things up on this overhead platform above us that we need this block for. Unfortunately, we can't pull it anymore, so we need to go onto the other side and push it, because we can't make that jump. Yep. That is indeed a roof over top of us. Probably just gave Laura a concussion by doing that. Although, if Mario can do it, why can't we? Although, Mario's dead, right? I'm pretty sure Mario's dead now. So, it's too many concussions from hitting his head against brick. Okay. So, I believe there's... So yeah, those 2 rats will show up once you hit that point. Alright, so got some Magnum Rounds. Can never have too many Magnum Rounds, even though I will say we will be using a little more the farther in we go, but I do like to save the specialty rounds for, you know, enemies that are just annoying to deal with otherwise, because they just take so many hits with the pistols. Alright, here's the room with the 3 lions in it. So you can take them out from a safer spot now, although they'll be annoying and come underneath the overhead, which makes it really annoying to try and kill them. Just stay in a spot that I can hit you, you stupid lion. Stupid mess of polygons. Alright. I don't believe there's anything in this room otherwise. Really just here, besides this lever, obviously. It's really just here to kill lion and get the extra kills. Alright, so, yep, just fall down this hole. She'll scream, but the level will be over. So, thank you for watching, and I will see you guys next time.